come with programs that become one for come. They want to make sure say we're gonna programs them way actually una need and una always one for the area and one for the watch. So continue for do with we. The program na Unity Morning Show. You can see live from Unity Broadcasting online television and we broadcast through with YouTube, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, and all the other side we either watch with from. Continue for the tweet. It's a very fresh Monday. And like I say, we start the week, this week, second week of October. We start and we discuss around youth mandem unemployment rates in the country. And Lizzie, that not lead to so many things. And now they see a lot of thief they happen. In a way, we want thief man, this no, you go begin to say, but what can I do? Some of them not get side for go, so we just need for hang around for they do 1 2 or 2. Mapping them. So it really sad. So we really need for discuss on the thing.
All right, you said with the watch you go send you text message now plus 076946948. Then at the salon number and the US number now plus 13464936503. And also you go send your comments then all the channel there where you go get the opportunity for low reader. Like Suma don't talk say we they talk mostly about youth. We don't get a lot of things in stock for now. This now Unity, it was just hectic because now transition will be the try for do, and getting into transition or from Musa you be done day, it takes a whole lot, and a whole lot now will be they do. We want Sierra Leoneans for no say we are here for them, and every voice on Sierra Leone counts.
Indeed, every voice, irrespective of your political affiliation, your region, your religion, the side you come out, it no matter. All matter now unity. Like we say unity, we want to make sure say everybody come together and unite and move this country forward. So that is why Unity Broadcasting online television there. Like always people don't see they want to follow they do things different from other media houses. And that is why we always bring things the way the media houses and they seems no one for take very serious. We as a broadcasting online television, we bring them things and they turn our doorstep. We got a whole lot, and this week we get for the discuss around some of them things and the way you self for the watch you go always one for the area. So always continue for listen and watch Unity Broadcasting online television. Go on our Facebook page, just search for them, like, comment, and share so that you say go every day part of this family.
So the kush don't they take so much prominence in Sierra Leone.
Oh yes.
We don't get a lot of international people, then we don't reach out to we follow we present programs on that. Exactly. But now something where we get for discuss with the Minister of Youth when it come from a US visit because they don't they see the name they resonate with Sierra Leoneans, Unity Broadcasting. So we want for let Sierra Leoneans they know say it is rather really unfortunate because sometimes when you feel like the country they move 10 steps forward, some, ill love in Sierra Leoneans because all man love Sierra Leone. It just depends on how you love Sierra Leone. You love them for good, some man love them for bad. So some ill love in Sierra Leoneans they come with drugs. We don't make the youth population don't really die out, and that's not a creates good image for the country.
Indeed.
Drug don't become another something where it also prominent in Sierra Leone. Sometimes you go feel say we are getting there, but a few people are getting there because their pocket is loaded while the youth then they pass around and bigger. Yesterday I parked my motorcar, one youth come, he tell me say how na impact me. Could you imagine that? Is that what they are here for? Is that what you expect them for make them do? So based on that, we go talk to the youth man, somebody when at the executive director of NYC, he go come and tell me exactly most of the things same way we want Sierra Leoneans for. Now, when I continue for staying with we as we they get a little bit of glitch where we this guy for sort out, and we go come definitely and let una know exactly how they go come and talk to me.
Indeed, continue for day with Unity Broadcasting online television as we try for go for a short break. When we come back in the studio, we come for introduce we guest them. So we'll go for quick commercial. When we can go introduce the guest at the program.
Max it. Now the one app where you need for buy top up, buy data, and so many other transactions. Make your life easy. It's safe and secure. And guess what? It will work all sign as alone. Get the Maxit app today. If you use Android, it in a Google Play Store. If you use iPhone, it in at the App Store. Get them now. Are you ready now? Let's go.
Orange.
On for where we start a little bit late due to one or two reasons we all know in the media land. So this morning we get with Win at the studio. Mr. Onanah, where he go come and talk to we about the NYC waiting they don't do from the start. So who side and they now?
And also we get inside the studio a youth advocate and person way done the talk for youth mandem, and as well a lecturer from the University of McKinney, UniMak, Shebora, Samba, Kamara. They're all waiting at the studio. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and good morning.
It's a pleasure having you. We have with us the executive director.
The pleasure is all mine.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes. First of all, we can discuss around youth unemployment. And you guys sitting here, you are very young, and you're not youth man as well. I know from the private sector and the government sector. Let me start with the executive director. It feels like a young man like you serving as a national, the executive director for National Youth Services.
Sometimes I see like a threat to young people, because first time for let you see be kind in this kind of position, ulpa you go see. So young people they go always have up say you can't retire just now. So myself go can't take the position. But when you see the landscape now, young people all over the place, now threat to the other young people. I keep reminding them about that. However, now another opportunity for them, for let them know say when you work hard, you can get to wherever you want to go. So another kind two way and they watch at myself always while they see myself in this position.
How long you don't serve as executive?
From 2018.
How it feels like 7 years on?
It's really interesting. I don't learn so much because this is not my first government job. All my life, I don't be a private person. I dare about my own private businesses. But then when the call come from His Excellency, I don't get no reason for denial because while I watch the job description, I just believe say I fit in best for the position because of one, my student life, two, my personal life. We from Moseray myself come out for reach I don't reach. So I believe say me are the best person for share story to other young people and inspire them for let them become executive directors, presidents and ministers in the future.
All right, Sierra Leoneans, if you just join we get with the executive director Onanah, where they tell we much about the NYC. And Onanah, we really as Sierra Leoneans and they watch you for the sake of we viewers, and you don't gain this position from 2018. You don't express how fit you are. You will tell the story. You're the best. You've been appointed. This is your first government job. Yeah. You've been in the private sector. Now tell Sierra Leoneans where they watch me. Waiting exactly now the National Youth in Services from 2018 to date. Yeah. Waiting at the things said where would they expect, waiting at the things said where you don't do, and how this Youth Commission do.
Yes, you see, National Youth Service now be just one institution where they exist on paper. They enacted them in 2016 until September 2018. Nothing not be they happen. Even though they began one small office na Robert Street, but where President Bio take over, where he go na Parliament, in maiden speech, he challenged Sierra Leoneans and say they accept the National Youth Service for two major reasons. One, for use them as a tool for human capital development, and secondly, for create national cohesion around young people. So when I watch that day, I say like, yes, this is exactly what the young people need. Because human capital development is one thing we don't lack. But that make us for remind viewers and say, this thing for don't happen from 1962. So see how far we late for really begin the National Youth Service. But however, fast forward, we take the Nigerian model when I they deal no more with graduates. Now that the 2016 Act, they say. They say now the Act then they will go Parliament. For the very first time in the history of this country, they say from both eyes, everybody accept them. Then every debate time, everybody was like, yes, we should have it, we should have it. Because it is so necessary. It develop middleman power. It increase awareness amongst young people. So when we can day 2018, I take precedence in challenge. We recruited the first batch of 200 cohorts, 200 graduates. It be challenging because that was the time when we had 1,528 applicants, but we just want 200. People go say, you dey get over 15,000 graduates every year, you dey go do 200. Yes, me believe in starting small. So until we begin from 1962, we just they begin in 2018, we for be mindful of them. And but from studies, even the Nigeria, where will be the copy from, at some point break after about 7 or 8 years of their existence. They break because they got it wrong, they grab more than waiting they go through. So me watch and say, let's take it by bits and get to where we can. After all, what we want now for make sure say we raise the awareness in the minds of young graduates. So we begin the first batch of 200. We go now a peace mission training center. We started the train there a personnel them for peacekeeping in other parts of the world. So we can then go there and we see say it work. Even though Sierra Leoneans be very apprehensive. I remember the first interview I do now a particular television station. The journalist switched off the set. He said, "One asked me one critical question, one embarrassed me." And I said, "What was it?" He said, "Do you think you know what you're doing?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "They take 200 graduates from different parts of the country, get them go to camp for 21 days. You really know what they try?" So I said, "Yes, it's a challenge I want to try." And we took them there. The rest is history. Successfully, they went through the 21-day camp. We deployed them. But the first year we'll deploy, we not be get too much retention rate. Meaning, we not be, the one that will send at the different offices for the 1 year service. But could not be able to stay in their institution. And why? Because we just send them in different offices without asking the offices whether they really needed them. So after the 1 year, most of them just left them back. So we retreat as an institution. And we can realize, say, if we do demand and supply kind of recruitment, that is like we write to Unity TV online and tell them, say, look, we want to recruit graduates. We're going to have mass communication students in our midst. We're going to have admin officers in our midst. You get don't get that notice now. There's a time when I get an accounting vacuum now in our institution or a HR vacuum now in our institution. You now write to National Youth Service to say, okay, we want to recruit, we'll go on 5. But out of that 5, we'll go on 2 accountants, 1 HR, and 2 media people. Believing that when those come, you already have space for them to start with. And if they self come and perform, who will want to leave a very good person for go back after 1 year? So year 2, we instituted the demand and supply, writing to all 144 MDAs every year, even though, yes, shamefully, Boku not even reply the letters, and it's really frustrating when it comes to that. But then we still go meet them, we go run after them. And then we begin get people, and now when they request, particularly for certain people, then the retention rate increase. So as at now, I can tell you, we get about 68% retention in the institutions where we send them directly. They get jobs directly after the 1 year or during the 1 year service. Some others, they can say, because of the way you perform inside this 1 year, we will not get job here too, but we can volunteer. And that is where the crux day. That aspect of graduates believing that when you don't learn book, you not get job. You don't need for sit down and waste all your parents' money. Find somewhere where they come around, hide that degree for self, and just make like you not learn nothing. Find one office, make like you go to clean their tables, make like you go to sweep the veranda. Somebody clever go must call you and say, "Who are you?" And then you can explode now with your grammar and your degree where you get, and that could give you an opportunity.
All right, onanah, you don't talk about graduates,
yeah.
More of graduates.
Yeah.
The one that we don't come out college here and there.
Yeah.
Waiting at the provision wanna make for the one that at all we not go school, probably then just stop na Becken level. Waiting at the provision as a youth director.
Yes. So
una don't make for them.
Yes. So the 2016 Act be very specific. It say na degree graduates for deal with. And everybody knows, say, anything we go parliament. Now only another parliament, they revoke them. Okay. So in 2020, we put a concept together as a directorate for, say, no, not to only graduates. In fact, to us, we believe not to know the problem, even they. Me, onanah, na a testament of somebody who don't live na ghetto, somebody where if people like no go even learn book, but then out of luck, I still can always say this, out of God's blessing and luck, today I am executive director. So I always believe, say, if we not go back and tap into the one they will not able to make into colleges every year. And the reason we make Bokuba know they go to college, not because they're not educated or not because they don't want to be educated. Sometimes Shebora go accept to this, say, universities, they set a where they make, some are not able to go to a certain department. You will get requirements, but you can't go to certain departments because of the departmental requirements. And somehow we very force your what you want to go do, can just become frustrated. If the government bring free education, now one time I think that they pay for us. I think they force say, okay, let them make them twice. But let us say somebody failed twice. Where I know people where sit O levels or worse, or don't sit worse in this country over 6-7 times, they not still pass it. They not still get the requirements to it. So, but the government don't pay for you twice. Okay, then you one whole village gather and pay for you the third time. Then you still not get your requirements. Everybody they give you up. And then it's now left with you. So these are the boys or girls where then get so frustrated, go take kush, go take drugs. Most of them say the way that they do now just out of frustration. But if we can go back to them, bring them into a system like the National Youth Service, groom them, brainwash them and give them hope. Trust me, we can build doctors, professors out of their YSO they despise they like today. So now I make in 2020, we begin push for the review of the National Youth Service Act. Right. Beautifully, 2024, they finally don't pass them for we in a parliament, and President sign them the same day we pass in a parliament, according to the clerk of parliament. He say as it can go so, now the first thing the president sign, meaning the attention to the day. So now, by 2026, we will begin deal with non-graduates, even though we know they shelve away the graduates as well.
Which classification? Non-graduate?
You don't need for even go school.
Okay.
But you go get good advantage if you get Beke, if you don't sit Beke, because obviously, and so we will segment them. Or if you don't sit worse, Elizabeth, you go. I can't for realize say people in the way don't go collect the second year self now drop out there now. Some because of fees, some out of family frustration. So anyone they still in the street, we can still bring them in back. I always like for mention somebody because it give me the authority for the minority leader in the parliament.
But is that not as a result of lack of jobs? When you say somebody don't go to school, you know about this lack of jobs in the country? I
don't want to agree with that because we say don't so now not a government job. This studio was don't so a private person get up. Now somebody will believe in himself now establish up. So what I feel say they happen now lack of confidence in we as young people in this country. It will surprise you for no say, and I'm sure my lecturer brother go attest to that. People in Bay don't go get degrees self. If you say self can't in APLA, you talk to people they just can't. Just because they don't get confidence.
Is there an enabling environment for let people then gaze around as what they say? This is not government sponsored.
Yep.
But I did it or we did it because we want to do our own.
Yep.
But is there an enabling environment wherein you they do something, miss effort, or is there another bottleneck where they go try for make things very difficult for somebody else who they can't do it?
Elizabeth, this one and a Sierra Leonean problem. But I'm sure one of the space them we don't create for that kind of environment now the National Youth Service. Imagine with the recruits across the country. People are coming from every university and college from this country for the graduates them. Yeah? They share their stories. We keep them in the same place for 21 days. They inspire themselves. That's what we need as young people. You tell me how when I come about forget this studio. By the time they left here, that could be an inspiration. Yes, as a country, we not believe in collaboration. Then in how to realize we make government. We believe in competition. So if I come to you and say, oh, Liz, me say for open studio, you know, go give me the bright ideas because you feel say when me go open my own studio, go come pass you on, and that's not the truth. You can still give me all the ideas, you still pass me if God will let you pass me. So the environment has not been there. Imagine it could have been there from 1962. So this dream of National Youth Service was a Samuel Timagai dream, and that was an independence package. So we will feel say Nigeria now they get the best National Youth Service because now they put on a film. Alas, not to them. Kenya took over Sierra Leone after independence. Sierra Leone got independence in 1961. Kenya got theirs in 1963. They began the National Youth Service in 1964. So they got a very good youth base. The youth are so skilled. so intelligent and civilized that sometimes you wonder if they're not just Africans. So this now the space now, as late as we are, it's now created. So let's take advantage of them.
All right, Sierra Leoneans, now continue for stay with me. The program now Unity Morning Show. We get the Executive Director, National Youth Services. We just elaborate on things then. In name now Mohamed Onanah Jalloh. Now we also get in the studio Shebora, Samba, Kamara. Mr. Samba, you agree to all waiting Onanah don't express about the youth them and how they want for do then recruitment, the change from 2018 to that of 2026, when they try for bring down people them of all walks of life, even if you not go school, all waiting and care, advantage of you go be a becker or somebody will get some kind of little education. What are you take on that as well as they watch you?
All right, thank you very much, Elizabeth and Yusuff and the entire Unity Broadcasting team for getting me in the studios. Well, I want to say, for any country, especially a developing country like Sierra Leone, if you really mean business, you're serious about developing your country, I think you need to take the issues of young people very serious. And I think as a country, we don't do a whole lot for ensure we make young people the center of we development, where I think is a good thing. There are a lot of challenges. Before we kind of the studio, get a little chit chat with the executive director, and he share a lot of beautiful plans where the service don't they put in place, and a lot of efforts where they don't they make for then continue for push young people, especially making them employable, giving them the necessary skills we will make them useful in society. And I want to say most of the things you also don't say. Now, in a way, things are very progressive in a way that formally, of course, and say the targets now be for graduate. It talk one interesting thing before we come at the studios. We inspire them for even engage Parliament for CC and review the law. We limit them to only graduates. That look, if we are targeting graduates for let me rebrand them or rebuild them, for make them employable or so, or try for help them chart a career path. These are people who already don't choose a career path. If they are graduates, whether willingly or unwillingly, then go through some kind of training where make them graduate in a particular field. Where technically, these are their own career path now because they are graduates in this particular field, whether they did it willingly or not. So if you say now that they target again for let they able guide them on a career path, may not look realistic in that kind of way. But if they get other young people, we probably don't even darken the walls of a university, or other people we even don't get worse kids. I think a very good one for get most of these young people around. Well, again, it's also important, like you rightly say, that now we also don't forget the one they when I graduate, because the reality is, despite all the effort they make, you talk one thing just now, the issues of unemployment is very serious in our country. A lot of young people, they get skills, they get the education, but employment opportunities are not available. That is the reality on ground. But again, I think it's important that we continue to remind young people, as Leone say, in as much as we all the press government, we the press other people say we need jobs in the country, I think we need for get a shift in thinking. Now we not always they find jobs. So we in at the University of Makerere, and they with Vice Chancellor always they preach when we train people, young people at the University of Makerere, we always they remind them we are not training you to be job seekers. We want you to be job creators. In a way that the ideas where they get, the skills where they try for build as a young person, the skills and they for help you create employment opportunities for other people, rather than you coming out to queue for employment opportunities. Because, of course, the reality is we get a lot of graduates in the country. We still find them very difficult to get job placement. So, well, if the National Youth Service don't ensure they don't go to Parliament and don't review the act, we don't give them now a broader mandate for CC and get more young people for that they able to help train them, for let them become useful members of the society. For me, na a good thing. Only hope that, you know, then go continue forget most of these young people, because the challenge where I feel say them probably go to face has to do with the resources again for able and ensure they get many young people on board, you know, because they would have to have a target. That is the reality. That okay, maybe this year we get 2,000 young people or 1,000 or so, you know, but you get very many more where they out there where they look for that kind of opportunity. Yeah. And also you get to talk about the issue of selection. How then they go about for do this selection? You know, as a country, we always get with perception because of the reality we don't face over time. Say, okay, maybe if the executive director and a president Leone appoint them, definitely then go get that thinking. Say, maybe when you get for doing selection, now people away, now young people where they support the SLPP, now then go select. So what about those other young people where they support the APC? Or what about those other young people who don't even get any political party for support? How then go able to bring them to the fold? You know, so you go get that kind of thinking then they. Like where you talk about the first recruitment where the MB gets, I think in 2018.
Yeah.
I think we be one of those young people at the time we be apply for that opportunity there. And they not be even select me. I began thinking, say, oh, maybe now because na McKinney they come on make them not select me. You know, I don't even know say na that kind of number they be look for or na that kind number of application they get. So maybe again, there is something that has to do with clear communication from the service where young people need forget. I think say in the one today, na a good step in the right direction. Hopefully they will continue with their engagements in there, because sometimes if the information is not available, people will tend to assume. So me at the time, you know, I feel like, okay, I have a degree, and me as somebody we don't volunteer with a lot of youth organizations across the country. For me, I think at the time, that was sufficient for letting select me. But I was not selected. So I was of the thinking that maybe, in fact, this thing, for just people we probably go support SLPP or all that kind of thing. So maybe they need for do more in terms of explaining to young people what they look for and how they go able to get them on board. Because I believe say every young person we want for growth, they look for opportunities for growth. And I think say if governments don't create this particular structure for ensure say they give young people the opportunity here for train them, for make them useful members of the society, everybody go on for explore that. So the service need for do more in terms of engagement, let the young people understand say this is what they have been doing. These are the plans we then get for do for young people, and this is how young people can make themselves useful.
All right. So I just want to go through the key mandates, one of which now for empower youth man on practical experience or practical work. Mm-hmm. From the explanation being given by the executive director, is it that the platform even there for the youth man there for go do this practical work? Let's say for example, they apply now for go work na. Let's say in any medical center, but the practical, side of can lack. Let's say if they apply for go na corners now, so the unit or department where they apply for, you find out say if the equipment away for go work with them, they not go today. I don't know whether as a youth person or youth man, whether you take them very serious, say salon still gets more for do in terms of bringing those things. So say this person for go do practical.
No, I totally agree that as a country there is a lot more we need for do in terms of ensuring that we get the right technology in most of the institutions, even with agriculture. Let's say agriculture as an example. You know, just like I say, I get an earlier conversation with the executive director, and he talk about something we then also they work towards, in the area of agriculture. I think say as a country we need for continue for learn from other countries on how they're able improve their sectors with technology, and if we able leverage on their opportunity, then I think say we go able make young people much more useful than how we able make them useful now. Because like you rightly put sometimes you get the passion, you get the knowledge, you get the skills, but if the environment not prepared for able to use that knowledge and skills, you go still find out say there is going to be a lot of problems on the way. Because probably you go get this particular skill, but if you don't get the right equipment for put that skill to use, then that skill not going to be useful in the first place. So we will continue for remind government, we will continue for remind other development partners for say, in as much as we say we want for train young people, we want for let them get the right education and skills, we also need the right infrastructure for them in place for ensure say then skills, that education, that knowledge already they don't get, then we're able to put them to use. If that infrastructure is not set off, if that the equipment the way they need not available there, it will be a challenge. It will continue to be a problem. So I think say as a country there is a lot more we need to do. But again, we'll not go forget the fact say there is a lot more we don't do over time. Yeah, the challenges are there. As a country, we get a lot to do in terms of ensuring that we're able to make use of the young people here. Because I can tell you for free, as Leonean youth, we get the passion for do things. We are very zealous for get things done. Of course, now they make efforts for even land. If you find out, say, you get young people maybe say, they don't do the diplomas, they don't do the bachelor's degree, they don't still get job, but they are still going to the university, going to do second and third degrees. That's what tell you say they are willing to learn, and they also want to put this education when they get into practice. So they continue for remind the service and the commission, the ministry now to the entire government structures that let them continue for invest in the structures where you make their skills and knowledge where the young people are they acquire over time, let them able to put them into perfect use.
So lastly, before I come to director, you go agree to the fact say that because of them practical side away lack na some of the institutions, they lead Boku young man to something where we go say illegal, like the drug intake and all, you don't Boku among youth man them. Would you agree?
Yes. I will agree with you to a particular extent. But in fact, for me, it even go beyond that. Now, we talk about the issues of unemployment and underemployment, because now we don't forget that aspect again. Okay. Because you go realize, say, well, for some young people, they get still what they do with their life. You know, they get a certain kind of employment. But if you check, waiting and they get out of that employment, it's so petty, so meager to a point that if not to a young person really want to do something better with in life, you know, go once like day into that kind of establishment in the first place. So you realize, yes, there is the issue of unemployment, there is the issue of underemployment, and very many other issues where young people they face with, where sometimes go look so tempting that you go want for put your hand for some kind of thing we're not correct at all. And me, I always they say this, that I know they justify the fact that young people they indulge into drug intake, or I know they justify the fact that some young people can put on for some kind of thing we're not correct in our society. But you know, there are certain times where if you find yourself in a particular situation like that, you don't try your best for say you get some kind of employment or forget something for do with your life, you get a lot of challenges on the way, a lot of bottlenecks. You know, for some young people, they're not able to withstand that kind of pressure. Yes, so sometimes you go leader and say, no, it's not just take something, you go make her feel good, you know, for that moment. And when you take them, you find yourself in a world of fantasy. You feel like, this don't solve my problem for the next 1-2 hours. You go one for take them again. You take them, you see, say you feel like you solve the problem for the rest of that day. Then that is how you become indulged into taking that particular drug. You feel like that they solve the problem. You know, it's not correct. And for some of us, we also don't go through them challenges. I always use myself as an example. You know, before I even go university, I engage into very many volunteering initiatives. Okay? Because I realized at the time, say, I need for the equip myself small. And when I get my first degree, I also be the even volunteer. But then for like get an employment where go earn me something at the end of the day, it became very difficult. You know, I make so many efforts, series of applications. Sometimes I know they even call you. Sometimes they call you after an interview, you know, they hear from them. Sometimes they even, you know, count unnecessary protocols, I would put it that way, for no more than justify why they know they take you into that institution. So for me, if I was not a young person way guided, you know, by me thinking and being hopeful that there is the possibility of you know, getting something at the end of the day eventually, I might be tempted for say, okay, because of this kind of pressure, my parents they don't pay so much money for me for like go university. Now I don't even get a job for like able pay back or for like able do something with myself. then there is the possibility that I say, okay, let indulge into drug intake or whatever it is. So that reality is true for some young people. Let me not downplay them. Like I say, I'm not justify the one the way they do them. I'm not support them in any way. Because if me able to withstand, I bear all then challenges, then and I still face a lot of challenges. Even as a young person serving as a lecturer at UniMak, right? You know, it's not so rosy. Of course, there are a lot of challenges. But then, the point I am making is, if I can withstand all of those challenges as a young person, I believe, say, other young people can able to do them if they really want to. But the reality is, there are those other young people who know they're able to do them. So what do we need to do? Now we take proactive steps for ensure, say, the young people here get the right skill sets, we're able to make them useful in society. Now we open the space for employment opportunities for the young people here.
Director, I come to you. Una mandates a whole lot around skills development, around national development participation of these youth. So how na come about for select the youth man there who na send various institutions them?
Okay, so it's a pleasure for Le I meet with Shebora and share in concern for a year one. So where they go now any place, it's obvious you're gonna start your own way and challenges then go there. Like I say now, we had 1,528 applicants and we only wanted 200. In that case, what will we do? We called on sister institutions. We invite ACC, HRMO, Ministry of Labor, Education, Agriculture, and Ministry of Social Welfare. Now they will be called, and we asked them for let a guide we for set criteria. We had 1,500 people. We just want 200. So we asked, let them come up from UniMak. What do you guys think? Ministry of Social Welfare, then be very sensitive about the gender. No, we're not for women the 40%. Other guys, we are, no, let's go for first division. You know, so imagine 1,500. Then we begin take now, and we wanted to satisfy the female end. Woman, then now we go for the 30%. We got them. Then we go for the man them. So, Shebora, it's very possible that on that grounds make you not be joined with a year day. However, we learned so much from it. That first year application was paper application. You remember you went to one of the councils, you take the form, and you apply. To us, it was a non-starter. So from 2018 now, forgo 2019, now we establish a website and we make an online application. What they help with for the first of all was for encourage more other people for apply. But then, like he was saying, a university lecturer, he go tell you, say, people in the way they go university in Sierra Leone, from first year to final year, they don't one day touch laptop set for themselves. We have sophisticated phones. We never know, say, the powerful pass some laptop them. But how many people really care? So we get that challenge of even when we went offline, we did get issues with people applying online. Most times we can check after the application portal or close. The one where the application not can be successful. The Bokupas, the one where the application is successful. How do we know? If Yusuff apply, then Liz apply, and they all in at the same host. But Liz in your application be successful because of them in go to post way do or in Sabi how for do. But Yusuff in your no can become successful. We'll call Liz for interview, then Yusuff go call. Hello, Mr. B apply. Say, okay, Lord check. We check now the portal, the application no day. Graduates, they go for apply online, then they press submit. Most not even know say you forget an instant feedback for every online application. To them, once them go pop, they press submit. So tell the application portal, they can then go now, if feel ready or not be filled. They don't know that. To them, they don't apply. They move on. So we'll be not able to correct that. So probably not be with the issue. Yeah. So, but we don't go ahead and try for correct that. Like I was telling him before we came inside, we don't do extensive engagements. Now we are going to the colleges ourselves. We get a whole a presentation on how to apply to the National Youth Service. We send on our social media groups a whole from step 1 to just 5 steps. Most of it is yes and no, but yet we get challenges with that. So now, in fact, what can happen? Fortunately, like he said, resources now a challenge. That's just normal. Everybody they face that in Sierra Leone. You want to build the whole Sierra Leone overnight, but then there's no money for it.
So the National Youth Service, they operate under which umbrella?
Ministry of Youth Affairs.
So what has been the move of the National Youth Service for engage with the Ministry of Youth Affairs in some of those challenges they talk about? Una get vehicle in office?
We get plenty collaboration what they do. In fact, the one the way we don't spend most of the time now as Sierra Leone go agree with this. Say from 2018 to now, we don't get a much more quiet decorum a Ministry of Youth Affairs. Where you know the effect between the minister and the deputy, where you know the effect between the minister, the commissioner, or the executive director, meaning the leadership is well coordinated and collaborative. But look, to kick you one box, by hand shot. There's no way the minister will go begin fet. We get we own a vote. What will they control? But the ministry, they still go to Ministry of Finance and say, look, you need to increase the resources of National Youth Service. The minister goes to donor partners and tells them, you need to increase the resources of National Youth Service. They want to themselves. But how do they get the monies from? In a challenge. That's not stopping us. Now make with a sticker and go. Now make from 2018 to now, the portal is open for the 8th batch of the National Youth Service. This is one institution that has consistently recruited. And for Ale, I don't know if that you fear or Shebora, we are recruiting across the country. As recent as last year, we don't begin to do regional interviews. That's to kill the minds of naysayers. Say, now Southeast no more that they take from. I've gone to Makeni. I don't do interview there. I don't do interview in Apoloko. This batch 8, we are not doing regional interviews. We are doing district interviews because Mrs. F1 for feel good knowing I go Makeni. All the while I waiting up so now Makeni they come out and I did they apply from. I go Poloko. I go Kailan. It's a national program, and so everybody should benefit from it.
Okay, it's a national program where everybody for benefits
from.
Would you agree with that possible way they talk? Say this whole way they explain as to you so somebody go just call you because of connectivity, maybe connected to you directly. Let's say for powers from above, or let's say perhaps the Minister of Youth Affairs can say, Mr. Jalloh, please, I have 5 candidates or 5 students or all recruits. You don't ever get that situation, they'll say and go call you say, are there people that want?
The one that we give me job know me particularly, so I'm sure probably nobody will ever do that to me. I like for live my life on principles. Everything about me na middle bilam through God, so I get for respect that always. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm human. Obviously, I fall short along the line. But when it comes to public issues, I always want for really make sure say, waiting for happen go happen. Now that makes sense now with the on portal application. It's an online thing. So if you possibly apply, you qualify, why not? In fact, let me tell you what we have done. We don't even move now from degree to HTCs and HND, just so we bring in more people. You don't need to talk to onanah for let them put you in a National Youth Service. I can even vex. Wait, someone if I'm don't apply, we don't take them. We'll call for interview that they tell the person go, or so tell where they go to talk now, they tell he go tell the person, say, the National Youth Service, onanah na mi party. That's what tell the person go call me, onanah, wami bobo Shebora, he go you interview. I can say, so why you they tell me? You not be ever tell me I don't call Shebora to interview.
So that means say you can get them called.
It's obvious. It's obvious. This is the world. Would I not want a favor? Which Motaman at this world we don't want extra favor? I know they just reject them. I know they reject calls. I make the people understand why they shouldn't. If you apply for Yusuff, I never knew you. I never know the relationship between you and Shebora or you and Elizabeth. Then I call you for interview. Is that not a simple reason for let Shebora we want for now use a connection to me? No say without him I'd already call you for interview. So that's just the education I give to them. If you pick in or you fumble, apply. You not be no say he apply. Now I don't call her now for interview. Now they know, and you want favor out of that. No. And let me remind people why they talk about interview. So not for go ask their way teacher where they teach them in a college. Okay. It's just matching their papers with their personalities because a fraud then they've attempted several times. So man they go collect it third year they rusticate them. They want to use the National Youth Service as shortcut. So we bring these documents and match them. So we process is you should be a degree graduate before now. We don't add HTC and HND. For as long as you have those, you are already qualified. You are already, in fact, every year we on that recruit because we set our targets, like he said, 1 recruit 1,000. But so we don't check all the applicants there, not just 600. Now we take all of them. Allow remind people, 2018, now we ever sought for say, okay, we get 1,500 applicants, Lord just take 200. 2019 and up to date, everybody, I'm on record for this, everybody who has applied to the National Youth Service, maintain in phone number where apply with to the National Youth Service has been called for interview. Right. And if you maintain your number, you can go to the camp. The only time we can get issues most time, you don't apply with your phone number. In between the process, you lost your phone or you change number. Most don't even come back to us to say, oh, I don't change my number. Oh. So by the time when they call for interview, you know they're online. We send message now you inbox, we call you, we put them in a WhatsApp group, mentor them even before they can the interview.
All right. Sierra Leone, if you want to just watch with this now Unity Morning Show, you go send a text message to 076946948, or you go also send your message on our Facebook page. We apologize, YouTube will not be for stream because we've been getting some technical glitch this morning. So now, Shebora, you don't hear me waiting on Onanah don't talk, you don't say all these beautiful things. As an advocate for youth empowerment, what are some of the challenges Onanah they face, and how best Onanah don't able for talk to then Master Sabi people them for let them bring every other youth on board?
Yes, you know, before this time, I've been there with Amnesty International, serve as the Youth National Vice President, where we'll be talk about, you know, issues we get for do with human rights, especially related to young people. And during that period, we try for look at a lot of issues where young people they face when it comes to, you know, using them and abusing them, especially when it comes to the political dynamics in the country. I think, say, for me, one of the challenges where we face as young people, now the fact, say, because those employment opportunities are not readily available, sometimes we tend for rely on people for the survival. And when that they happen, it tend to pose a very serious challenge to young people in the country. So it's very important that government and other development partners invest more in ensuring that there are employment opportunities for young people in the country. And of course, the issue of connecting, you know, the education where they go seek and the employment opportunities were available. Now another challenge we they face as young people. When they talk about career guidance, I think it's very important. You know, you realize very many of we go university because they will go do, maybe not just out of wishful thinking, we don't even really understand what will they go do or wait till we go become after we don't do them course and they. Sometimes now even with friends, you know, they don't influence. Sometimes your friends say me, I want to go read law. You say, oh, myself, I want to go read law. You know, they even know waiting day ahead of you. So I think say also very important that as a country, we create that opportunity there before people they go university. Sometimes even before they go the SSS level, you know, because you realize if the transition from that Beke stage to SS, you begin even shape your career there, you know. So sometimes, like waiting be happen. Oh, don't sit back here and say, you get fine grade, now you back here, so go on the sciences. You know, that was what we are told. You know, some of we now will just take and say, no, me, I'm not still too comfortable with maths, so I go on the arts. That's the only reason. But all the people who will be there around me as an example, say, go do sciences, you know. So the same thing. After I ask, you know, it is only because some of we, when we be in school, we like journalism. That was the only reason we make, okay, and say, okay, go read mass communication, you know, as for first degree. But you realize very many young people don't even get that guidance there. So I think it's also very important for letting give young people that guidance there. Another challenge for me, then they go beyond government or other development partners. Now we use self problem as young people. Now the issue of the mindset what we get. You know, I think say as a country, holistically, I always they talk and say, if we tend to change our mindset about how we approach development and everything, I think say now one big step plan they will get towards really reaching it. You know, I think as young people we need for change with thinking. Sometimes we tend to look at agriculture as a way, you know, an area where demeaning. But believe me, a lot of people who they make money around the world today, then they put them into agriculture. You know, the executive director, like I say, will be the discuss just now. He talk about how we for think about, you know, adding value to what we do. So I think say if young people get a rethink in their mindset, say, look, if I don't look for an employment opportunity I'm not able to get, I go back na my community, I engage, we get vast land in the country. I engage me local leader. Believe you me, then land then the way they know they use. I tell and say, give me this plot here, I want to go plant cassava there. And when I plant them, maybe I just work with other young people, say, we find resources. So when we get this cassava, allow we will process, allow turn them to gari, allow we will package and in such a way that we process inside. They see there is value addition to that normal gari way then they sell give me by cup na market. Oh. You know, so as young people, how they get that rethink, they say, sometimes by working collaboratively, you know, by thinking progressively, we're able to achieve a lot of things rather than having to wait for employment opportunities. Because the reality is governments are able to give you the employment opportunities we want. The only thing we will always ask from government is governments will able to create an enabling environment in which will make young people with the initiative, with the enthusiasm, able to thrive. Now that kind, you know, that friendly ecosystem we will make. If I get me initiative, I will able to get that kind of support, they will able to make a thrive. I think say that they will always get them wrong. Now the fights and the young people will always get to government. You dey realize say if me as young person go to the bank, I say I want to go take loan, I get this me cassava farm, I want for go buy equipment and for like I able process me cassava turn them to gari. I go find it very difficult for like get a loan day from the bank. So what thing government need for do in that kind of situation then they now we as young people they ask that let them think about ways in which they go create an enabling environment where young people get initiatives, they get the enthusiasm for do something. Let them able to thrive. Let them able to make them easy for these young people. So now the call and they will
all right,
make.
Leones now continue for stay with you. We'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we go continue with the Chief Executive Director onanah Jalloh. We go tell we in perception about youths then with the personal seats.
What's that?
Moseray on the beat.
What's on a life? Grafting watana he make a talk say what's on a life 60% of human are water so what's on a life grafting for we grafting for you and me what's on a life you are tight kuro grafting now talk about purity drink like when you talk grafting I get your body drink like what you more grafting feel the spark in every sip you take grafting you are tight, kuro.
Mama, I got to
oh yeah. Grafting. I want to talk about grafting, not the time for talk about Gucci's and Pradas and Dior. Grafting don't come back for we, and you know say the water is clean and it pure. So take one to tick and sip them. Buy bundle, go home and keep them.
All right, so now welcome back. So onanah Jalloh now, let we quickly come. You don't dispel a very beautiful information way now that's been a part of the question so far. Ask you with regards recruitment where you been get so many claims that you they only employ party people them from your political party or the appointed person will appoint you, and you they also take instructions from powers from above. However, you don't make that clarifications very well, and Sierra Leoneans go judge between the line. Now, coming to the questions we were asked, as a youth, very handsome, how do you feel about other youths within a seat? They smoke, they drink, they pass and look for handouts. Where you a youth man, where they provide jobs or where they create an enabling environment for let people then gaze around as Sierra Leoneans. How do you feel seeing your brothers and sisters wrangling around, looking so shabby and dilapidated?
Like I say in my premise now, one of the inspiration and the way make I take the job, because look, it deplorable. I mean, I want a person who don't live across Freetown, from Wellington to Mountain Court to Donda Street to Jones Lane to Aberdeen. I don't live across, so I know how before can I be tell Shebora. I say crime rate they increase now the city in the rains than the dries. It's because I'm part of it. I am seeing everything. I live with them. I feel for them. So it's frustrating. However, now that inspiration make with effect for put so many things in place. And they suggest so many things sometimes you want something for change overnight because of the circumstances where say they're around them, but it just in a time. So me first word of encouragement to them, to those young people we feel because of a lack of opportunities therefore be frustrated. I would say don't frustrate yourselves, just hang in there. And that is where we for day as a government and therefore they as a civil society for give young people their hope. Elizabeth, why we not politicize anything in the National Youth Service or the Ministry of Youth particularly now? Because to us, young people are not politicians. No, young people are just people who are waiting for hope and opportunities. If you give them hope and opportunities, then they follow you. I am an example to it. Why come on university? Me papa no be in the same political party. No, I believed in something else and I went for it. That's young life and exuberance. But if we not build on we mindset, like it conclude, we'll go nowhere. No matter how the opportunities come, we go nowhere. How on earth you go don't graduate as a business administration person? Or you go do nutrition na university. You come out, your whole area, nobody know they even sell cookery and you don't have a job, but you're okay. Why not you start something? Why you not go build on something out of that?
So, Onanah, what's the target line now that your party in power has 3 years more to go? What's the target line for all them beautiful things there where you don't say?
Also, for Ale, my brother and fear about career a path, yeah? Me argue one don't know one to say, look, they're gonna Makeni. In fact, now be EBK Hall. So I was invited there. And what they go talk about now be creating a career hubs now at the colleges. I think EBK be the benefits from one of that. How could you go and create a career hub at university where the person already choose a career path? Some of we where go both could be fortunate. From 3, then they give you form. You feel which area you want to go. You got to go ask your parents them. You take, but even at that, like he say, me na science is me one for go. Now my principal change my career all of a sudden. It got very good results in the sciences as well. But look at in commercials. And my daddy not be accountant. Say, why you don't just follow your daddy footpath? They change my career even without me they agree. So what we want for do now is National Youth Service is creating National Youth Service school clubs. One for go to the school here and create a school club. One, it got for raise awareness about what we they do even before they reach the university. But most importantly, it go make graduates them when they regret now the course the way they don't go do. Elizabeth, I've worked with them for 6-7 years now. Some graduates the degree we get. Now only way it can National Youth Service, they really regret why they ever even study that. Because he or she knows it's not going to be easy for them to even accept them. Now an office for go get that 1 year experience based on what he study. So if we don't go back to the secondary school and start building careers there, start making people to understand that look, if you know say you come on a poor home and you want for change that poverty, now you will the lamb get for go change that poverty. So choose something now. We got for be a contemporary and we got for be a competitive. But if you go do certain causes and then at the end of the day you not do nothing, you parent them even the small money where you are no village contribute, say you go get the degree, you don't waste that. Because if you cannot get a job after your degree, what do you do?
So Onanah, this will be my last question before we read the text messages.
Yes.
And we go shut the program down and my colleague will take over.
Yep.
What is your relationship with your colleagues at the office and youth around?
The office where they?
The office where they and youths where they around. What's in your relationship with them?
I know one for a thing for somebody in a year, but me own a relationship with people is an open mind. In fact, now my office probably you will go, you know, see a secretary, you know, meet a PA. Because I drive myself from home every day and kind of office, me driver then they wait in our office. Because how are they Mongigba? Me driver, the closest driver where they near me, the hill station. I get for take part in small salary every morning first, go collect me when I can drive myself. So that's how I think for people. I not the only thing for myself. So my relationship is thinking that I am coming from the ghetto and the hood, but then today I'm an executive director. Meaning every other person could be that. Look, Elizabeth, try this. You know, I want to journalist them. Go to my office, call the office assistant, ask him about National Youth Service. He will tell you a whole lot of what we have done and what we plan to do. Why? Because I run a half open door policy. I know they make an extra open door because time hackers then will begin and use that.
So
but
what? Okay. What are some of your major challenges working with them?
Well, working with them, no, I know they use challenges. I like converting challenges to opportunities. When you live with humans, you obviously go always get challenged with them. So mango can't let now walk, but you get for try for look whether waiting make it really can walk. You get what car, you know get. You get for wait for transport. So in as much as I want all of them to be in the office at 8:30, I get for be a little flexible. In as much as I want for let them off at 4:45, look, I get students them. Now I get a staff them in my office. We don't get the first degree obviously, then they employ them. So man, don't go do law. He go law school. It's still a national youth service. I will allow that flexibility because in as much as I want for leg in all, I also want for believe say if for be somebody later, even after national youth service. So that's the way I look at things and look at people.
All right, okay, director, we can go for messages them.
Yeah.
Quickly, how often you can engage young man them, youth man them? Because at some point I meet up the Minister of Youth. I like to boost in streets. They just after an appointment, they meet with young man, they buy young man, they talk to them.
Yeah.
So how often Yusuff can do that one day? Especially those at the ghettos and those at the street of Freetown and other parts in the saloon, where they feel like there is nothing much this government go provide for them as far as job employment is concerned. How often you can engage?
I tell you that just now say the only thing where young people they really need now hope. That's one thing I give across the country. Wherever I go, I give across the country. I don't get opportunity for let them give me a policeman for cyber security. I say no. If policeman come a whole gun, if they around me, the people they want for talk to not go to talk to me. They're going to shy away from me because and a gunman they see. So I walk around myself. I talk to people. Let me tell you what I can do most times. I can park in the street and correct things that I can see wrong. Yes, there's zebra crossings. Somebody they spoke now the zebra. I go let you cross. I cross. I park. I call you. That's not the way to use a zebra. It might be very minimal because not just one person you go to talk to. But I can't be tell Shebora, that's the way that they correct you. It will live with you for the rest of your life. So I like talking to people. It not go enough. My voice no go no side. Me one grain. But trust me, as an individual, I stop in the streets and talk to people. I do radio engagements often. Me area, me host now like for everybody. You come there once you get something for can talk about. We're serious. We talk about it. Sometimes those young people, where most people they shy away from, we feel say, wait, young man, now before you know more money you want. Not all money that you even need. I know that. Say not all money. Some man I hope in need. Some man are just word of encouragement. Some man are the fact no more he talk to Yusuff. Now no more in need for the day, and it will hold them back saffron and feel satisfied. So if we don't give them that, now we send them at the street sometimes. You know, if we make over protocol for them, now we send them at the street. Because if that young person they see you like somebody way they admire, they want to go close to you, but you're not able. More frustration. All right, okay. Now,
let me read some of the comments. Quick one. Let me see which one we come for with studio guest. This one they come on for McLean's LG Gembeh. He say, Mr. Una Potter still open for apply. This one they come out from Marcos McLean's Lahai Boyma Gembeh. Say good morning, good people. He say we really need some local issues to be implemented here in Sierra Leone. I rest my mind for now. So the manager they say, please ask your guest what the National Youth Service is doing to combat drugs in the country. So take note of that one day. I'll go read the last one when Elizabeth go read some of the other one. As time to go by, we'll read the other one. This one come from Jibrila Daram. He say, when Shebora speaks, you will know this. You know this somebody with knowledge speaking. Bravo, sir. Elizabeth, a message?
Samba, I am not impressed with your submission. I think you should advocate for us rather than just towing in line with onanah. Onanah is not saying the truth. We as youth in Makeni applied a long time till now the portal has not been open. I heard him saying we did not submit, but for me, I got my letter back indicating that I submitted my application. I am not impressed. From Joseph, we say in the talk to you now, Magbomba Road. I don't know the name exactly, but it say like Magbomba. Yes, from McKinney. Okay. Then I get one with Sheriff say, onanah, why are you deceiving Sierra Leoneans? Recruitment is not as you are saying. We want not 200 people? And why are you employing NDAs and HTC instead of looking at the drug prevalence in my country? I expect much from you, sir. The youth minister is trying, but he needs your guidance. He needs your hand on board so that things can go on. And the last one we can, now an upload to the studio guests. You guys did not start earlier on. However, I went ahead watching all other social media handles, but I wanted to hear much what Onanah was saying. Onanah, you are one of the best. I love you. Continue to fly higher. Your sky is the limit. Don't mind those who are saying evil things about you. I love you, my brother, man.
All right, another one.
That come from Mary from Freetown.
All right, Mohamed Richards, he say indeed the NYSC needs not only graduates, as this will help to develop more skilled people in different aspects. A very big thanks to the executive director for making such more. This one say all what Mr. Shebora has just said is in line with what the commission is doing. However, there are challenges in the recruitment system. Mr. Director, please work on that system. This one come from B2K. Another message I will read before the cantoners will wrap up the discussion. We get the whole lot. So we get people who watch all the way from Liberia, Australia, Ghana, and the watch who have for say thank you to them. As they send message, they compliment the efforts of Witty Unity they do. The last two messages I will read for now say, Mr. Executive Director, are you really honest of what you're saying about youth unemployment rate? For now, youth unemployment rate is 67%, and you are now saying you are recruiting youth. How true is it, sir? This one's going to come up for Kamara Barcelona from Makeni. The unemployment rates in the country don't pass Marco. Why is the director? Because incomfortable in job, they talk for government. Are you the new spokesman for the government? Please respond, Kamara Barcelona. So these are the messages, gentlemen. Let's start with Shebora. You know, yes. The person say somebody say disagree with you.
Yes. That come directly to our WhatsApp message.
Yes,
the ones that I read.
So I want to thank the viewers. Well, let's start with, of course, Jibila Angel's compliment. Thank you. I think Joseph, I talk say, impressed. Well, look, I think say that is one thing where we get wrong as young people in the country. Sometimes it is not about blasting government. It's not about castigating them. It is about having, some kind of engagement. We go make them realize there are challenges that they need to work on. Where there is a need for comment, certain set of people, where they do well in terms of supporting young people, you would have to do that. Who side challenge and you need for point them out for say there are challenges somewhere that they need to work on. So for say agree with me, okay, I accept that you don't agree with me. It's also nice that as young people we get differences in opinion sometimes, but then like what we always say, as young people, love we think around, agreeing to disagree. Sometimes we not can share the same opinion on things. But the most important thing is we are all very concerned about the development of young people in the country. And I always talk that Leone, if we really want to develop, we need to do more. Because the advantage we get a good number of population when are young people. So that is a huge blessing. And I always talk around the world. If any country for develop, the human resource. And, we President Bio, we don't say human capital development in target. And so they continue to remind them, say, in as much as, of course, the previous other governments like President Kamara, he said they lay in life for the youth. He did so much for support young people in the country. So if President Bio also build on that, they don't support. Yes, they have done well, but then we need more as young people. So we don't try for established and they say. We need more as young people. There are challenges, and those challenges, we need to work on them if we need to develop as a country. We need to make good use of youthful population. Of course, somebody talk about the issue of people where they indulge into drugs. Just like I said earlier on, a lot of these young people where they indulge into drugs, now because they don't get hope, just like the executive director say. They don't have hope. Sometimes you don't look for employment opportunity. You don't look for ways in which they survive. They're able. Sometimes you don't even know when the next meal will come out from as a young person. And when you reach that point, as a young person, you don't know where also you next minute they come out. That is a very serious problem. Where you go make, you go say, you know what, let's just do something where they calm me down. Sometimes some of the young people and they, like I say, I don't want them go into drugs. I know they ever support Sunday because they take so much more from them. I don't want them go into drugs. But some of them, they are going into those drugs for good reasons. Someone they say, me, I don't want to go cause problems. So let's just take this last sit down on my corner. Right? So it's not justifiable. But then we say, let we create more opportunities. Like I say, let we create an enabling environment where we make young people and thrive. But again, let I remind the texter, say, look, as young people, let we not say na violence or na by lambasting people in authority go make we get what you want, not to that day. Let we engage in constructive engagement. Let we tell them, say, this and this and these are the challenges we face. I don't share my own personal experience with the national youth service. Say, me self me apply, but they not take me, which I was not pleased about. I get my own perception, say, in fact, now because my McKinney come out make they not take me. But if the executive director don't justify saying because of this, and this, I need to understand that reality. And all I'm say, next time, we get more young people. Then we get more young people. I always want to advocate for my colleagues na McKinney and other parts of the country. Say, let we get them on board. Let them able get opportunities here. So I think, say, sorry, man, the message you're waiting direct to me.
Okay, that comes to executive. Shebora, a quick one. You go agree, say, the unemployment rate of youth man in this country is plenty.
Yes, I think so the unemployment rate is very high. I think so, I make it very clear earlier on that the unemployment rate is very high. I don't know the specific figures on that, but it's very high. And I also talk about another component when I'm underemployment. Sometimes you get some young people waiting into something, right? But believe me, if you check them as compared to other young people around the world, waiting in the hand into the different workplaces, you will realize that sometimes that's nothing. But at least they are doing something. So the unemployment rate is very high. We need to do more. We not just need for limits and to government. This is not something where they make very clear. I am not advocating for government or supporting government in anything. But we need to understand, say, for us to be able to address the issues of unemployment, not to just government, right? We need to work with the private sector, right? We need to work with other institutions and individuals. The only thing I always remind government is, governments that then get the power for make policies, for make laws, for guide on waiting for happen. Let them make the environment so conducive that anybody who want to invest into young people, their employment, let it make it very easy for them people in there. Because you get some people who get the resources. We go on for say, okay, I can build a particular factory, we go able to employ a lot of young people. If government not creates the enabling environment for let them able employ the young people in there, then that is the problem that we go get with government.
All right.
But other than that, I think say we all need to get concerted efforts.
Shebora, thank you so much. Jalloh, like country, you the messages.
Yes, sure. Allow begin with the person we ask about the portal. Yes, the portal open. We institution are one of the few institutions we don't link we website with State House their website because we want for a government exactly know what they do. So if you go na the one gov, you're able to apply directly to the National Youth Service.
You should say conflict of interest not going to happen there.
No, this is a way for just that they align a service providers to what they do. In fact, that to me, I think it's an inspiration to government for know what we want for do and how they go support we more. So we open a portal to them. So where you go www.nys.gov.sl and the portal they open. Then it will carry you go to the 5 steps application. Wait for do the post we talk about drugs. What will they do for one way in drugs? You go surprised for no say even one way. Well, Shebora will confirm that say, even people are within a university now they take drugs. So not to even just the dropouts them this push and all. I don't see a university students they in them. So but what will they try for do best now? The 2024 Reviewed Act. Where I know say we will find another time for can get a conversation around them. In get for do with the non-graduates. Like how we all don't agree now. Mindset is the problem. I used to drug, I used to smoke, I used to drink alcohol extensively. See, I know they do all of that. Now look no more. And maybe get for a stop then Sunday. Or probably I remember me family background. Now make a stop. But then we need to create the space where do I not get locked for understand say me say for left. Where we share our stories and we go understand that very much. Do I always say it apply from McKinney and then not take them? I throw a challenge. If you apply your phone number as at the time where you apply with, now you still be the use, and they not call you, bring you evidence to Unity Broadcasting. If they have it, I'll resign my job. Yes. So anybody will apply to National Youth Service before now, we're not to hate a degree graduate. He applied. He maintained that phone number we apply with, and they not call him. Let it count the evidence. I'll resign my job.
Call them for waiting.
Yes,
call them for
interview to start with. It starts with that.
Okay.
We they call first for interview. Like I say, we can match the documents with the personalities. From there, 1 week after, we they go to camp for 21 days. When are they the magic day? So if all that happen, you maintain that phone number.
What do you mean are they the magic day?
Well, that's the difference between our graduates and any other graduates. Okay, you're gonna camp for 21 days.
Okay.
What do they do there? It make you become a different graduate. We make you selfless. We make you nationalistic and patriotic. We make you believe in volunteering.
Inside the camp play.
Robangba, Peace Mission Training Center. I think I mentioned enemy premise. Okay. Yeah? Now they go. Now soldier man then did it. Well, yanda that because they go instill the discipline. You know they sleep till 11. Latest. Or earliest way you go sleep now 11. You're waking up as early as 4 a.m. When you develop them mentality then the biggest menace of Sierra Leone when at time go be solved. And I make now the conversation between employers that they tell you, say, if you want a very good employee, go to the National Youth Service. Financial institutions are making very good use of it. Sure. Then they go to camp, they conduct exams, open exams, people sit those exams, and they invite them. At the end of the day, most of the one we don't go to the institution and they don't stay. But let's throw one challenge to this McKinney person. Mr. Shebora they here, na McKinney come out, na McKinney the lecture. There's a young man here, they call himself they elected recently as the overall president for all Muslim students in Sierra Leone. Now McKinney come out. Why I pick on him? Now because of in color. Now and as somebody way and albino.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So the whole McKinney goes Sabiam.
Yes.
This young man came to our program without no favor. I would have read his appreciations where he sent. He came here now albino to start with. I have recruited 100% blind woman. Abbas say is a young man waking one hand. He didn't have a Facebook almost always. Now during the war they be cut in hand. He not give up. He don't go to he don't get first degree through the National Youth Service. He don't turn lawyer. The institution will be sent away go volunteer 1 year ago. We go do in law way done. He go there back and they accept him. So to us, we don't look at where you come from. Okay. You might just be unfortunate not to come like Shebora. Imagine, would I not be for one Shebora in kind National Youth Service? An intelligent young man like him. But unfortunately, the criteria that was set and the number that we had, no favor him.
All right.
We did not want everybody.
I'm afraid we had to go. We
discuss.
tell Sierra Leoneans plenty. Thank you. We get onanah Jalloh inside the studio, now the executive director for National Youth Services, and we get to brother Shebora Kamara, himself now youth advocate. Plenty. Thank you to una we send una text message, una we the view and una will continue for share this live broadcast to others will not be there on live. We tell una plenty. Thank you. My name na Elizabeth Kafue Gembeh.
And me na Yusuff Moseray Suma. I want to say thank you to we studio guests once more. I think then take the time we can join the program this morning. But thank you to the man behind the camera operator. We all tend to make kuna able siwi we na Alfred Pewa. And I want to say thank you to we producer Suleiman Jalloh and the head of technical team na the TV station also we na David Harding. And also I want to say thank you to Alpha Jobba, we na the assistant technical lead. We also join we na the program this morning for make sure say we na see we. So till tomorrow when we go discuss another issues, I want to wish you a blessed week for the second week inside the month of October. Goodbye.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we country TV. Unify, sensitize and inform we all. For developments now we nation Salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we country TV. Unify, sensitize and inform we all. For developments now we nation Salon. We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize and home and abroad.